block in her mouth to keep her from talking.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to switch things up today and try something a little different. You know, I think we've all had this spiritual awakening over the past few months, and I'm here for it. And I wanted to show you guys some of these TikTok videos that are, you know, pretty creepy. But they make you think, and that's the point. Like, they make you question shit. So, let's dive right in. Make sure you hit the like button, because you don't want to think about that shit later, do you now?
Will Smith exposed Hollywood. Back in 2019, Will Smith made a video about the power of perception. In this video, he talked about how nothing is actually real.
Y'all think I got time to go on vacation? No. I got social to do. Come on, man, this is blue screen. In fact, I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I haven't looked like this good in years. I've been totally computer generated since like the 90s. You know what? This ain't even real blue screen. It's 2019, y'all. Nothing's real.
Will Smith even started.
Bruh, I'm not even, You are not gonna get me on this whole thing about maybe we're just a fucking marble in space and we just live on somebody's body, or we're just living on a marble. You're not getting me started with that shit. No, Will Smith, you're not doing it to me today. It is way too late for the internet to fuck with me. Okay, we're not doing it. However, that video did mess with my head. Did it mess with your head? Especially when he like tore down the blue screen. I was like, you know, what if he really is this old guy? What if he's as old as Morgan Freeman and we don't even know? Morgan Freeman is like so old he's dead.
In a movie called Focus. And the whole point of the movie is being able to trick your subconscious mind if you're not staying focused. So with all that being said, Will Smith knows how to trick the subconscious mind and well understands how fake the entertainment industry is, since he's been a part of it for so long. Did you know that before the Oscars, Will Smith even had a class teaching kids how to do a fake slap?
Nuh-uh.
So let me know in the comment section if you believe that Will Smith exposed Hollywood. Back in 2019, Will Smith made a video about the power of perception.
I hate when they do that.
Obviously a ton of conspiracies about Michael Jackson, but in my opinion, one of the most interesting ones, if not a little ridiculous, is that this is what he actually looked like. Hear me out. On January 27, 1984, Michael Jackson was shooting a Pepsi commercial at LA's Shrine Auditorium. Everything was going great until the sixth take when the pyrotechnics malfunctioned, causing his head to be engulfed by a fireball on camera in front of 3,000 fans. Now, he likely couldn't feel it at first, but as he made his way down the stairs onto the stage, it didn't take long for the stagehands to realize he was on fire. Aaron Faye, his hair and makeup artist at the time, said, quote, "This was someone I knew and he was on fire. By the time I got to him, all of his hair was gone and there was smoke coming out of his head." According to the hospital, Michael suffered second and third degree burns across his head and face. In 1992, the music video director that was filming his tour, Rudy Dolezal, was told that Jackson refused to appear on camera on days that he wasn't performing because on those days he didn't have a nose. Rudy went on to tell the New York Post that Jackson needed a prosthetic nose that took hours to put on using makeup and putty. In 2002, rumors were running rampant in the tabloids that what was left of Jackson's nose cartilage had completely collapsed. So what's the conspiracy, man? I couldn't figure out what it was used for, but there is footage of Michael Jackson being made up to look like an old man using makeup and prosthetics, and it's very convincing. Then there's also this Akon interview where Akon describes going to the movies with Michael Jackson and being shocked when he got there and a complete stranger walked up to him and started talking in Michael's voice, because it was Michael, but he was absolutely unrecognizable. The theory being that nobody really knew what Michael Jackson looked like anymore because the Michael Jackson that was famous was just a mask. Now this is a real man named Dave, a victim of horrible burns when he was young, and Michael Jackson just kind of took an interest in him and took care of him. So at first when I was reading about this, I was like, okay, case closed, that's a different guy. But the theory points out that Dave suddenly became a lot more public and his appearance kind of changed after Michael Jackson's death, insinuating that Jackson
he
didn't
grew
pass
up.
away in 2009, but instead resumed living under various assumed identities, easily fooling the world because nobody had really known what he looked like since the 80s.
Wow. I know you can't hear the audio right there, but I've heard it, and Dave really does sound like Michael Jackson. But still, what about the real Dave? Where did the real Dave go? He must have grown up, and of course he changed his look because he grew up and he's not a child anymore, right? But do y'all think Michael Jackson is Dave? Like he took his identity? Let me know. That's hilarious. I literally got a... Sorry. I'm not trying to be like though. I got a hair in my eye or something. I'm not a celebrity, guys. I'm not a hidden celebrity. I'm not trying to do that. I swear to God. Everybody's gonna think I'm the Illuminati now. Oh shit. Oh, it's bothering me. It won't come out. Moving on. Okay, I don't know what the point
If you're into conspiracy theories or if it's midnight and you just want to be astonished, I just found a theory on Reddit that's about to blow your fucking mind. I'm sorry if my eyes are red or if they get red throughout the video. I just smoked to calm down because this theory really made me freak out. So this really isn't a theory.
Really
this is
said
something
it.
that's actually
He
going
really
to
went
take
there.
place within the next 10 to 15 years. But in a nutshell, the technological singularity is the point in time in which technological growth becomes uncontrollable and irreversible, resulting in unforeseeable change in humanity and in human civilization. This is basically the point of no return with artificial intelligence and technology, or as I see it, confrontation with AI, or the birth of artificial consciousness. The technological singularity is something that's been hypothesized, yet Fortune 500 companies are preparing and investing in this and even started their own university. Google, Nokia,
What?
Cisco, and Boeing all invested and funded the Singularity University,
Nokia is still a
which got
business?
over $1 billion in funding. Not to mention the acceptance rate at this university is only like specific individuals and organizations. Yeah, their acceptance rate is fewer than 3%. But their whole mission is about educating these individuals and organizations about navigating technological change. But a big reason why this could be an issue for us is with this technological Big Bang, AI could become a lot more intelligent than it already is. I mean, a lot bigger than we can humanly comprehend. Or for even worst case scenario, they could revolt against us. The sad part is that the physical world is becoming largely irrelevant in the present day, which for humanity is a weakness because without technology, we don't even know how to live in our natural habitat. And if AI were to reach this point in intelligence, they would basically have control over everything we have and own, and our own creation will overrun us. However, if we were to find a way to become one
Bro,
with
you're cut
AI
off.
before this technological
Cut off.
singularity, then the whole idea of a technological warfare is out the window. This means that our biological bodies will no longer be needed and will become sentient software programs who are spread across different data centers for storage. AI would ensure our safety and comfort and prevent us from damaging, the Earth more than we already have. But Earth would basically just become one huge nature reserve where evolution could continue without the disruption of humanity. After the technological singularity, AI would have reached a point to where it is conscious enough to make repairs for itself and teach itself. So the need for humans to manage and upkeep would just be unnecessary, as this would be the birth of an artificial awareness, as well as a consciousness far more beyond and complex than the human mind. This theory was first introduced in the 20th century by John von Neumann, who helped create one of the first programmed computers. The predicted singularity of 2045 could be a lot sooner in the mid-2030s or the end of the 2020s. But what are you guys' thoughts and opinions on this theory? Like, it's crazy. If you're into conspiracy theories or
Yeah, that's pretty nuts. That was really long though, and I'm gonna be honest, like ADD here just flew out the window. I didn't even pay attention to half the video, and I'm sorry, but he is cut off for sure. He is cut off.
They show their true colors at award ceremonies.
Thank you. Thank you, but I am sorry I cannot, in good conscience, accept this award on behalf of Melissa McCarthy. I instead have chosen to give my time to a friend who has something very important to say.
Pay attention to how they react.
It's Johnny Two Feathers. While you enjoy tonight's show, I want you to think about something. The spot where you're sitting, every square foot of ground in this country was stolen from my ancestors. And after you stole it, you murdered them. So you'll forgive us if we do not laugh along. There is nothing funny about the extermination of a people.
What is so funny?
He's obviously being serious.
The theater
Right?
stinks of blood. That's all I have to say. Oh.
Johnny Two
Think
Feathers,
about it.
everybody. Johnny Two Feathers. Give him a wave, Johnny. Johnny, you know how to wave? All right. Well, Johnny Two Feathers.
They show their true colors at
That's disgusting.
Look at her eyes.
That he's guilty.
No,
So you don't think he did it.
I don't think he did it.
Who
And
did it?
you said in all the time that you've known him that you never saw any erratic behavior. You have no evidence of any erratic behavior.
Wait a
you have
minute.
nothing
In
that
the open with
indicate
like in the
that
open.
you saw any erratic.
Can we talk about her eyeballs right now? Zoom in and tell me if those are some slit, alligator-looking crocodile eyes.
You have
Look
no
at that.
evidence of any erratic
Oh
behavior.
my
You have
God!
nothing
Go
that
back, go back, go back.
Open with
indicate
like
that you have no
Look at that. Look at her eyes, bro. Oh my God, that's wicked. That is so wicked. See, ADD. I cannot stay on task.
evidence of any erratic behavior. You have nothing that
in the
would
open with
indicate
like
that
in the open.
he would be capable of doing something like this, would have any motivation to do something like this.
Exactly.
You do know, think
Look at her eyes,
that
y'all.
he's
What'd they
guilty.
do? Oh, he's
But you don't
talking
think
about
he
her
did.
I
eyes.
don't think he did it.
Lit.
And you said in all the time that you've known him that
That's so funny.
This may be the most proof I've ever seen that the Illuminati actually exist. In this clip, Simon Lou starts talking about the Illuminati, and he turns his attention to Andrew Garfield, and notice what happens next.
Illuminati real? And if so, why haven't I been invited? Garfield, where are you? I know you know. I know you know.
Now let's look at that again. But that's nothing compared to this next one. Kelly Clarkson is interviewing Kevin Hart when she starts talking about being offered major money for sketchy things. Pay attention to Kevin's response.
Dollars in my face to do something I didn't want to do. And what? Just, you've been offered, yeah. Oh, they're in the room.
It's almost like these actors know they shouldn't be talking about these things. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and follow for more creepy, dark, and interesting content.
Okay.
Y'all freaked out at me for reading word for word from the UN's public website. I knew that you wouldn't read it, so I read it for you. But you can do it on your own. I believe in you. Just type in Agenda 2023 UN. It'll come up. Now, I'm not making any of this stuff up. I'm just recognizing patterns and stating them while doing my skincare routine because I'm sick of seeing random bullshit online. I'm sick of nothing changing. I'm sick of us just staying in this silly little circle of, oh, blah, 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 blah. We have to do something. We need real news. We need real journalists. We need new news. So that's what I'm here to do. But you're right. Maybe everything's fine. Maybe I'm being dramatic, okay? Maybe the train derailments were just coincidences, that they're all in swing states and around all of America's fertile farmland. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Train derailments happen all the time, every day, right? But it's interesting that they were all carrying specifically hazardous chemicals that would cause acid rain and come down on our fertile farmland, affecting the fresh water for over 5 million people. Maybe it is just a coincidence. You're right.
Is that
Gassing
big
5
now?
million people is just a coincidence. This is My favorite spray for my face, by the way. But no, I'm just recognizing patterns, you know. It could be fine. I'm in New York City. I'm hoping that the plumes don't get here, but I do have family all over the U.S., so we're concerned, okay? It's not being covered. I have talked about Ohio to multiple people this weekend. Nobody's heard about it. Not my mother, not my boss, not the bartender at work. Nobody has heard about Ohio. They're like, oh, you mean the Michigan shootings? That too, but no, Ohio. It's not being covered. Okay, so that's why I'm here, all right? I'm just here trying to get the word out. But, yeah, maybe it's all fine. Maybe it's all fine. You guys have a great day. Keep it hydrated. Y'all freaked out at
Blowing
me
that
for reading
aerosol
word
on
for
your
word.
face, right? Just saying. I love
Do
these
you know
guys
about
right
the
here.
door theory?
No.
So take this in. Every single door, or like the normal doors they use in a house, they have a cross and a Bible placed into the door. You see it? The symbol of a cross and a Bible are in the door.
I've always noticed that as a kid.
Yeah?
Like like not all doors, but like majority of doors, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a cross.
The
in
regular
between.
door, you know that shape?
Yeah.
So the top part is a cross, and then the bottom is an open Bible. Look at it.
Yeah, no, I do see it like that.
So what they used to do is they made it like that to keep away evil spirits from entering your home.
You know what's crazy?
What?
My old house didn't have that. It was just a wooden. Like each was just wooden. That's why I say not all doors.
Yeah.
Because I did like.
It was just flat?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Do you have any like ghost stories at that house?
Man, yeah.
You do?
Yeah, like.
Hello.
Oh, this guy creeps me out.
My name is Montague William III. And what I will tell you may well sound absurd, but the less who believe it, the better for me. For you see, I'm in banking and a big industry. For many a year we have controlled your lives, while you all just struggle and suffer in strife. We created the things that you don't really need, your sports cars and fashions and plasma TVs. I remember it clearly how all this begun. Family secrets from father to son, inherited knowledge that gives me the edge, while you people lie sleeping at night in your beds. We control the money that controls your lives, whilst you worship false idols and wouldn't think twice about selling your souls for a place in the sun. These things that won't matter when your time is done. But as long as they're there to control the masses, I just sit back and consider my assets. Hello.
Y'all, this guy really creeps me out because you know he is sitting at home, like, you know, reading his grandbabies little poems like that every night, just so they know that they bankers too and they ain't humans too. Like, creepy McCreepster. That's what he is.
They said that China found an uninhabited island filled with dinosaurs.
What?
Bro, let me tell you the
What?
story. Let me tell you the story, right?
Jurassic Land.
Bro, this was a couple of days ago. A woman went to a nail salon. So she's getting her nails done, and then all the ladies suddenly just stop working, and they look at the news. She don't know what's going on. It's Chinese news, so she can't understand what they're saying. So she gets Google Translator out, and what it says is like they found dinosaurs. So basically, China had an expedition of 15 people to this uncharted land somewhere out in the world, and they found like actual dinosaurs. So far, they found 2 new species of dinosaurs, and one of those species of dinosaurs is like a machine, something we've never seen before, something like crazy.
What are they making this shit up to distract us from them doing that weird thing they just did?
It could be that, or they could have actually really found some. Because people think that the Earth is way bigger than it really is. Like the whole time we've been lied to, like how the map looks. Because also recently, Japan just recounted its islands. They found 7,000 new islands in Japan.
What?
That's
7,000?
what I'm saying, bro.
How do you just find
These
that out, bro?
found 7,000 new islands. They said that
No.
China found an uninhabited island filled with dinosaurs.
7,000 new. How do you just look over 7,000 new islands? What? Nah, there had to be like a volcano go off or something that caused this, or 8. That just proves right there that there could be like unknown lands. You know? Y'all know how Night God always talks about the known lands and the unknown lands, and he's got that I think it's Mercator map, and it shows the known lands and the unknown lands and everything. Maybe it's true. Maybe we found land somewhere outside of our realm. That's crazy.
Tell me about your conspiracy, brother.
There aren't that many conspiracy theories anymore because we found out that all conspiracy theories, there's a nugget of truth in there. It came from somewhere. That's where it became a theory. And then it progressed to the point where it became a conspiracy theory because there was something there. See, in our industry, who pays you is who tells you what narrative you're allowed to use. And I'm not paid, so I own my narrative. Wow. So if in media, somebody's getting paid.
I've got one that can see.
I keep trying to tell y'all that there's more to the story than they tell us. In TikTok, this video is fake.
Do not mess with the Gullah Geechee. They'll actually put a stone or block in her mouth to keep her from talking. There's actually books written where they were so frightened of them, the women especially, because they practiced this communal protectionism that if a sound that came out of her mouth, it meant your death. And so when we say voodoo is not a game, it is just a knowing of how the universe works better than some people to a certain extent.
And do you want to know what's kind of funny to me? Y'all know that tongue clicking? That was an actual language, a very, very high vibrational one. It is a language in South Africa that is going extinct. Why? Because they were killed by cops.
Proof that we weren't alone.
Hoist the colors high. Heave-ho, thieves and beggars, never shall we die.
See,
proof that we weren't alone.
That's what they want us to think. They want us to think that we are just nothingness. We're a little blip in time. We are a tiny little ant in the middle of giant worlds around us. That is not true. I can't believe that. I can't believe that this whole life of mine is just a tiny blip in time, a tiny nothingness inside a million galaxies. Like, it's all for purpose, for a reason. Even if we do live on a giant's head, you know? There's a purpose.
Once you see Cardi B do this, you will know she is treading on very thin ice.
Thank you, Jesus! Thank you, Jesus! Jesus, Jesus, Jesus!
Cardi B, Jesus is not like you and he's not like me. He's the only one to die for sinners and the only one to rise from the dead. And that is why we need to treat his name with respect.
Have you guys seen this old clip of Michaela speaking? Just watch it, it's kind of crazy.
Hi, it's OL Michaela here, and I am standing in the Fisher Student Center, one of the best buildings on campus. I actually work here at the Information Center, so I'm sure you'll be seeing me around, but this is one of my favorite buildings. You can come here to hang out with your friends, study, grab a bite to eat. There are lots of offices in this building, such as the PwC Center for Diversity and Inclusion, and there's so much you can do in this building. I highly recommend spending your time here when you become a student at Bryant, and I really look forward to seeing you all soon.
That voice is just so different than the voice that we hear in her makeup videos.
Right?
So I was shocked. Have you guys seen this old clip of Michaela speaking? Just watch it.
She has a really deep
Tartaria
voice
mud
and
flood
thick
theory
accent.
is a controversial hypothesis that suggests a catastrophic event took place in the 18th or 19th century, resulting in a massive flood of mud that covered entire cities and wiped out entire civilizations. According to this theory, the civilization of Tartary, which was once a powerful empire that covered a large part of the Eurasian continent, was destroyed by this event, and its existence was deliberately erased from history by the ruling elite. One of the main pieces of evidence cited by proponents of the Tartaria mud flood theory is the presence of mysterious buildings and structures in various parts of the world that seem to be older than the officially recognized timeline of human history. These structures, known as megaliths, are often made of large stone blocks that would have been impossible to move and erect using the technology available at the time they were supposedly built. Another piece of evidence cited by proponents of the Tartaria mud flood theory is the strange architectural features found in many old buildings in Europe and elsewhere. These features, such as strange windows and doorways, seem to have no practical purpose and are unlike anything found in modern architecture. Proponents of the theory argue that these features are remnants of an older civilization that was destroyed by the mud flood. There are also claims that the Tartaria mud flood theory is supported by geological evidence. Some researchers have pointed to the presence of sedimentary layers in certain regions of the world that seem to indicate a massive flood event took place at some point in the past. Other researchers have claimed that the soil samples from various parts of the world contain high levels of unusual substances, such as iridium, that are typically associated with meteor impacts or other catastrophic events. Proponents of the Tartaria mud flood theory argue that the mainstream scientific community has ignored or deliberately suppressed this evidence in order to maintain the status quo and avoid acknowledging the possibility that there may have been an advanced civilization that was wiped out by a natural disaster. They also argue that the ruling elite have deliberately erased the memory of Tartary from history in order to maintain their own power and control over the population. The Tartaria mud flood theory is a controversial hypothesis.
I think Tartaria was a real place, and regardless if it was a mud flood, a flood, catastrophe, I think there's been several civilizations that have been lost to disasters like that, because think of how easily just a tornado, just one tornado can come through and wreck a town in like a matter of 5 minutes. So yeah, like, I think there's been lost civilizations over and over, and we keep starting over and keep starting over, and that's why it's like taken so long for us to get to the technology that we're at today, because we always have to start over, you know? Who knows?
This is the secret to remembering everything. You can remember literally everything. What's one piece of content after you've seen it, you just remember the rest of your life?
Something cursed. I don't know.
Something scary and something that spikes your adrenaline. Now check this out. There's a theory that adrenaline spikes in our body make us remember things so vividly. Any single time you felt embarrassed, you're in danger, how well do you remember that moment?
That's why they come up.
Super well, right? Now in the Middle Ages, bro, after teaching kids in the Middle Ages, the elders would throw kids into a freezing river to spike their adrenaline. They found out that spiking their adrenaline will make them remember and retain all of the information in their head. This is the secret to remember.
I don't know if that's true, because anytime something crazy happens and like the police go back and ask people what happened, nobody ever has the same story. Like, nobody ever remembers it the same way or the right way or what the real truth is. You know, they always say there's 3 truths. Your truth, my truth, and the actual truth. So I get the theory of this, but nah. Just use repetition and hypnosis to help you remember shit. That's easy. Easy.
They put the truth right in your
Question
face.
about the gay agenda. You thanked it at the VMAs. What is it? How do you define the gay agenda?
The gay agenda, there's been this plan. Like, we usually go to meetings on Wednesday in black cloaks.
Okay.
Draw like a big star in the circle on the ground. We have like these cups of blood, drink it, pretty much, and we kind of like plan like world domination, like to make everyone gay, and then like decrease the world population. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
They put the truth right in your
Question
face.
about the gay agenda.
His face.
Okay, y'all have to watch this clip from a show from 1981, and then let's talk about it after.
The ones you should be arresting, not me. Why don't you say that before? What we got here? Cam, this is William Klein. He was wrecking our office. I just wanted to meet them face to face. I wanted them to admit what they were doing. Who is they? He was in the office of the Trilateral Commission. Trilateral Commission? Yeah, the Trilateral Commission. All right, what is the Trilateral Commission? It's an organization organization founded in 1973 by David Rockefeller to bring together business and political leaders from the United States, Europe, Japan, so they could work together for better economic and political cooperation between their nations. And with that, that's what they'd like us to believe. But you see, what they're really up to is a scheme to plant their own loyal members in positions of power in this country, to work to erase national boundaries, create an international community, and in time bring about a one-world government with David Rockefeller calling the shots. I take it they're pressing charges? Yeah, well, he broke a globe and some UNICEF artwork. Well, they're in on it too.
UNICEF.
Okay, Mr. Klein, if we're just telling you our whole way of life as we know it is in jeopardy. I appreciate that information. But I have the documented evidence. It's all in there. Show him. Well, he's got these magazines here. Conspiracy Review. Suppressed Truth Roundup. The whole master plan is exposed. Yeah, well, you're still not convinced, huh? Would you like to hear the names of just a few of the people who have been on the Trilateral Commission? Not particularly. James Earl Carter. Heard of him?
No.
Look, Mr. Klein. Henry Kissinger.
Yep.
You heard of him?
Asshole.
Walter Mondale. Who?
Nope.
Mr. Klein, this is John Anderson, George Bush. Now, you remember at the convention, everybody thought it was going to be Ford for Veep. You know what happened? David Rockefeller just picked up a phone, put in a call. Hey, Ronnie, forget Jerry, it's George. Bye. No matter who won in November, they had their man in the White House.
Isn't it interesting that he was sharing all this information about the corruption in our government, and they make him out to look crazy, of course. When in the late 60s, the CIA...
It's a tinfoil hat.
themselves coined the phrase conspiracy theorist to get people off track from actually knowing the truth and making those who are sharing the truth just look crazy.
Yeah.
Funny?
Yep, that's a little out there. Can y'all believe he said all that shit? Like, that was, and it looked like it was filmed in like the 80s or the 90s. That's right around when Alex Jones got started, isn't it? Maybe Alex Jones was the producer of those magazines. I don't know. Yeah. That's enough internet for me tonight, and that's the end of the video. What do you guys think? How did you like this change of pace? Let me know down below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Leave a like so we can get the word out. You know, let's hit that algorithm up. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.